last name is Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. I'm a sergeant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. So today at about 11:13 a.m., deputies with Precinct 3 Constable's Office were here at the 15,800 block at a motel here to serve what they call a blue warrant, which is a parole warrant out of Louisiana for an individual. When they approached the room, they found that male. He was detained. And while there, they noticed the room next door, the window had been broken out. When they went to investigate that, they ended up going inside the room and they found a male in one of the back bathrooms. He had been shot, apparently, and he was deceased on scene. The Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit, we came out, we're now taking over the investigation. And what we've learned now is that our victim, possibly in his 30s, was staying here at the motel at some point. And what we know now is that apparently there was at least 3 individuals that showed up here. We're trying to narrow down the timeline as far as when he got here. During that time, those individuals ended up having an altercation, we believe, with our victim inside the room. What we know now is that our victim, his family is showing up out here on scene. We're trying to get some information from them to find out, when our victim was last seen or heard from, to kind of backtrack and figure out what he was into, who he was communicating with, and so forth. So at this point, we're out talking to witnesses. We're canvassing the motel. We're collecting some evidence video. We're following up on any leads that may be coming in to figure out what happened here. So we're asking anyone with information regarding this case to contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit at 713-274-9100 or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. That's 8477.
Initial information was that possibly the window had bullet holes in it, but you said broken out. Do you know which it was?
The window was broken out. They're suspecting it might have been shot out. That has not been confirmed yet. That's part of the investigation. But there were several fire grounds or live cases outside in the parking lot area. So we're just trying to do, we're going to do some research on this area, this particular motel, to try to figure out if there was any calls for service that may have occurred prior to this. But at this point, we don't know when this occurred exactly.
Is there any sort of indication that there's a connection between the person that was wanted on the
I'm sorry, Mike, speak up.
Is there any indication that there's a connection between the person who was wanted on the parole warrant and the victim who was found in the room?
At this point, there's no indication of that, but that's still in the investigation. We don't believe that there is a connection, but that's still in the investigation.
And when did the victim check into this hotel?
That's also still in the investigation.
And when was that altercation? When did people hear the altercation?
We suspect it might have been sometime last night. Again, we don't know the exact time frame. That's part of the investigation. That's why we're out here canvassing, we're collecting video and other things like that to try to narrow it down.
Where was he shot?
I'm sorry.
Where was he shot? Where was the victim shot?
At this point, we can't tell. We're still waiting on the medical examiner to get out here to do their investigation. Once they do their investigation, we'll have an idea of possibly where he was shot, but that's still unclear at this point.
Were other people staying in the room with him, or was he staying alone?
That's under investigation. We don't know that for certain.
Any other history of issues at this motel? I mean, if they were here on a blue warrant, and then you guys are here for this, have there been other calls here?
No, we had a patrol do a call for service, a recent call for service. At this point, we haven't found anything, but this motel is known for high traffic drug area activity. However, we don't know if that's going to be the motive behind this particular incident.
Do you have an approximate age on the victim?
He's in his 30s.
What's the family saying about this? You mentioned some of the family of the victim is here. What are they saying?
Yes, ma'am. They're showing up as we speak, and obviously we want to talk to them to try to figure out who's the last person they talked to, their victims, what was going on with them, who he was with, that kind of stuff. So they're still showing up as we speak. We'll be interviewing them, as part of the investigation.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Other than that, no. So, basically about 11:13 a.m. this morning, Precinct 3 deputies, they responded to this location. They were here to execute what they call a parole warrant, blue warrant, out of Louisiana. While they were here, they actually executed that warrant on a male that was here. While here, they noticed the room next door, there was a window broken out. They went to investigate that. They went inside the room and they found a victim, believed to be in the back bathroom. He had been apparently shot multiple times. So right now, we're out canvassing the area. We're talking to witnesses. We're trying to collect the evidence. We're trying to figure out, what led up to this young man shooting. Sydney, S-I-D-N-E-Y, last name Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. I'm sorry, the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit.
You said the altercation was with 3 to 4 other people, possibly?
At this point, at least 3, multiple people, before we believe.
Inside of the room?
No,
outside.
No, there's some communication between inside. He's inside the room. They're outside the room. But there's some communication going on.
Possibly last night. Possibly last night.
Possibly last night. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I got it.
Where did it occur? Which room? Can you see it right here?
If you see where those officers are standing, yes, just to their right.
Thank you.
Okay. I got
Thank
you.
you.
All right, Hood News peeps, did you guys hear what happened? So we're in Channel View right off of East Freeway in Sheldon. Hold on for a second.